Welcome to Help Desk with Joe. We are here in Spencer, West Virginia, at the Patch Turned Up studio for Joe's Help Desk with Joe, show 61. So we've crossed over the barrier of 60 shows of this new format, and we're at 61, which is always exciting.
And we haven't gotten canceled yet.
Yeah, and somehow the producers just let us roll on. So with me, as always, Joe from A&M Digital Technologies and Justin here from Patch. And today we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And Joe, you, as always, bring in a couple of news updates and then got a little product review today, which is a different product review. It involves all three of us, so I'm excited for that. And we'll do that last, as always. But, what's new with you, Joe? Anything good?
It's same old, same old.
Yeah, I know. You just pranked Justin and I pretty good.
Yeah.
So we always come in, we talk about, and because I listed in the discussion part, not the discussion part, but whatever the tag is for the live show, and I was like, all right, what are we talking about today? So I can put it in there so people can look at it, and you're like, world hunger, and of course Justin and I both started typing world hunger. I was like, wait a minute. This is a technology show.
Yeah, so either I'm really on my game this morning, or you guys haven't had the second cup of coffee yet. I'm not quite sure.
I don't drink coffee, so we definitely know that wasn't a deal.
I think the coffee made me start typing real fast without thinking.
Load it up and let's go. All right. So, Joe, you got some news about Google Photos.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not even sure. I don't think I use Google Photos. I'm not sure that I do or don't. So
yeah,
we'll find out.
I've got some photos on there. Haven't looked at them for years, but they're there.
So this is going to be a big change. Always in the past, whenever we talked about backing up your photos, we always referred to Google Photos because it was free.
Okay.
That is getting ready to change.
Oh, boy.
Yes, so starting June 1st, Google is doing away with unlimited free storage.
Oh, my.
Yes. So on June 1st, the service will drop unlimited storage for photos and videos. All uploads added after June 1st will count toward the free 15 gigabyte storage offered to every account.
Huh.
But before you go, 15 gig's not bad, that counts toward, that's kind of a all-in-one. That counts towards your Gmail emails, Google Docs, everything within that 15 gig.
Okay. I don't use Google Photo to back up anything.
So what do you use to back up?
And there's that awkward silence.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they're photos. They're on my phone.
Yes, and if that phone blows up, what do you do?
Uh,
And calling Joe's not an option.
I was going to say, I have a technology guy for a reason. Joseph, you'll have to fix this. And that's what I do. I'm impressed that you even asked what I do because you know what I do.
Well, no, I thought
for dramatic effect.
I thought maybe, just maybe, there was a small chance that you was using Google Photos and it was automatically backing it up.
No way, Jose.
And this is wonder why.
You have anxiety this early in the morning?
Yes. Keeps the heart pumping and the blood flowing.
Yeah. Justin, do you back up to Google Photos?
Periodically. I mean, a couple times a year, not regularly, though.
Justin, I was holding out hope on you.
Yeah, you're younger and more tech savvy, but yeah. Anyway, Joe, you got some work to do on your end, buddy.
You guys are killing me. And
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even 5 minutes into the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tuesday morning.
Yeah. But no, here's a little glimmer of hope. All the photos that you store on there before June 1st
Yeah.
does not count toward that 15 gig limit.
Okay, so I need to hurry up and save them.
Yes.
I don't know how, but I'll figure
Well,
it out.
we're going to talk about that.
Okay, all right.
So,
Well, walk us through this process, and you know what, I'm going to fire up my phone and see if I can follow along.
all right. So, if you go beyond the 15 gigabyte storage, you'll have to start paying or go somewhere else. So, Google offers the Google One plan, which starts at $1.99 a month for 100 gigabytes, or you can pay $2.99 a month for 200 gigabytes. There's also a 2 terabyte plan for $9.99 a month.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it seems like pretty fair amount of space for $10.
Yeah.
And I would say if you do a lot of photos, so what do you see who's going to take advantage of this, Joe? Is it the average person like me?
For which plan?
Any of them?
Yes, like the $1.99, that's what I've signed up for.
Okay.
I have a Google Pixel 3, and I think I'm automatically grandfathered into the unlimited storage because I have a dedicated Google device.
Right.
But just to make sure I'm covered. I'm paying for the $1.99 a month rate. So I mean, so that's a small price to pay for, so I can sleep at night knowing my information's backed up.
Yeah, and you have a 4 or 5 year old.
Right.
She turned 5 yet?
August, she'll turn 5.
Okay, yeah, and it's getting close. So yeah, you're doing a lot of pictures.
Yes.
A lot of growing up pictures there that need to be taken and stored. So for a parent, yes, definitely need to take care of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, just anybody in general, because when you go literally okay.
Time out. I don't know that we should go with anybody in general. If you're taking pictures of your food and stuff still and posting it on your social media, then you do not need this.
Okay, well, I wasn't even thinking about that. It does bring up a valid point, but I'm thinking, okay, when you guys go out and do your runs and all that, you get some amazing photos.
Yeah.
So things like that, it would be nice to have backed up.
I just picture a grandpa pulling out some old pictures and showing his grandchildren, like, here's an omelet I ate when I was younger.
Check out this photo. Check out this selfie.
Well, now, what about the ones that they use the filters, like you have, like the dog's nose and all that?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I must have the 100 gigabyte plan. I'm using 20 of 100 gigabytes currently.
Google Photos or...
that's like the overall...
Or are you using iCloud?
No, Google. Yeah, Google. My Google account overall. The Gmail, Photos, and Drive. Google Drive.
Okay, 100 gigabytes.
20 out of 100. Right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
So I feel pretty safe with that for now.
Well, if you have 20 gigabyte use, that means you must be doing some kind of backup. So,
Yeah.
so you're starting to get back on my good list, Justin.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
now we need to make sure that it's fully confirmed, but you're starting to get back on my good list. Dave, on the other hand,
On the other hand,
yeah.
do not hold such an esteemed title.
So here are the alternatives if you don't want to pay for the Google Photos storage.
Okay.
Amazon Photos, they offer online photo backup storage. And Amazon says you get unlimited photo storage with full resolution, as well as 5 gigabyte space for video. That is included in your Amazon Prime subscription.
Huh. Okay.
Or if you need more space for videos, you can buy for $1.99 a month 100 gigabyte of storage for your videos.
There you go. Yeah, it seems like if you had your stuff like on 3 or 4 different places that give you like 10 or 15 for free, if you didn't have a whole lot of stuff, you could pretty much get away with not paying anything for just kind of spread it around to the different sites.
Right.
I'm just going to say this just because. Spreading out your stuff, that gets crazy.
Yeah.
How do you remember where everything is?
Yeah.
How do you go back and get it if you actually need it?
Organized chaos.
Yeah.
So if you
I don't know that I could track my stuff across 3 or 4 different things.
Yeah, I have hard enough time keeping track of everything in one spot.
Yeah, that's why I don't even back it up, because that way I don't have to keep track of it. Now, I used to do Shutterfly a lot. When the kids were small, we made like a book every year, and we'd do the Shutterfly thing, and we made calendars for Christmas. So Shutterfly had a lot of our pictures. It probably still does.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Now, in Justin's case, he can also use iCloud, which they give you free, 5 gigabytes free, or starting at 99 cents a month for 50 gigabytes, all the way up to 2 terabyte for $9.99 a month. Dropbox is also an option. They give you 2 gigabyte for free, or you can buy an individual plan of 2 terabyte for $11.99 a month. And you can actually subscribe annually to save you a few bucks that way.
Now, I know my phone tries to back up to OneDrive, and so does my computer does back up to OneDrive.
Okay.
But it was an issue for my phone, because it would say like your personal folder is full. Because I did back up my photos to that once.
You ran out of free storage.
Yeah, ran out of free storage.
Yes, so that brings up the last option, Microsoft. You get 5 gigabyte free, so Dave, sounds like you ran past your 5 gigabyte.
Probably.
Or you can get 100 gigabyte for $1.99 a month, or if you sign up for Microsoft 365, which was formerly known as Office 365, you can get a 1 terabyte for $6.99 a month. And there's also a family plan for $9.99 a month, which provides 1 terabyte for up to 6 people.
Yeah.
So if you are currently using Google Photos as your storage backup for your backup on your pictures, you may want to either start ponying up the money or look for alternatives, because it is coming quick.
Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
So, are you recommending that everybody goes ahead and quickly dumps in as much as photos as they can before that deadline, and then kind of see what happens past that?
Yeah, if your plan is to stay with Google Photos, absolutely back up as many photos as you can before June 1st, and then, but the whole time, be thinking about, okay, do I want to start paying that $1.99 a month, or do I want to go elsewhere?
Yeah. Interesting.
Not to get us too sidetracked, Joe, but I have a technology question.
Okay.
You know the two-factor authentication.
Yes.
When I log in and that pops up on my phone,
Yes.
It says, I don't know, it gives like a Texas location for like,
which website?
do you want to allow this?
Oh,
thing? Yeah.
okay. So it's
So that's
saying
a
you're
little odd.
okay. Yeah, it says you're saying you're connecting from a new device located in.
Yep. Somewhere in Texas. Yeah.
Okay. Where are you at when that happens?
Here.
Here. Okay.
Yeah. Here
Okay.
at the COA. Yep.
I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm not, that it's actually showing your location in Texas. And what that is, what they're basing that off of, is when you connect to the internet, wherever what they call their gateway takes you to. So apparently, Suddenlink, in their infinite knowledge for whatever reason, is showing the closest gateway in Texas, and that's just your way to the internet.
Yeah.
So that's why it's popping up, because
Nothing to worry about.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, well, if you're trying to sign in at the time and you get that pop up that says, "Hey, you're signing in from wherever," yeah, that's pretty safe. But now, if you're already logged in or you're not doing anything, and then all of a sudden you get that notification, "Hey, you're trying to sign in from blah blah blah," is this you? Then that's the time to panic. But
Yeah.
if
Otherwise, if you're looking like you're coming from Texas, it's all good.
But if you are actually trying to sign in at the time and you get that notification, then it's
Okay.
pretty safe.
So, Joe, just for my own curiosity here, how is that? Is that possible? That
Oh, yeah,
the nearest
absolutely.
gateway is Texas?
Well, it all depends on. See, the internet's a really funny thing.
Yeah.
For Frontier, our local hub is downtown.
Right.
But yet, when you connect to the internet, it doesn't say that your outlet to the internet is in downtown Spencer. The closest I've seen is Point Pleasant.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Well, even that, I mean, that's not terribly far.
No.
But Texas?
But it all depends on how the internet provider has their equipment set up and where the closest hop to the internet is.
Right. I just mean,
And so it could bounce between 2 or 3 servers on Suddenlink's
yeah.
that you don't see before it hits the internet, and
It seems like a long ways for a signal to travel.
well,
Surely there's somewhere in between.
and it's very possible that it could be something as simple as, for whatever reasons, Suddenlink's doing something called traffic shaping, where instead of shoving everybody into one pipe, they go, well, this pipe over here is not being used as much, so to keep everybody,
Yeah.
instead of causing what we call bottleneck, let's
Right.
go ahead and move these people. So instead of Justin coming out of Columbus, he's going to come out of Texas for a little bit until the Columbus pipe clears out a little bit.
Huh. Interesting. Well, and probably not a lot of population in Texas. So, well, I mean, there is. They got big mega cities, but
Right.
otherwise probably not a lot on the outer skirts versus like the East Coast.
Right.
You had a lot of people on the East Coast.
Right.
Well, that's interesting.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm a little surprised that Texas is a little far. That's why I asked Justin which internet
Right.
he's using, because I've seen it with satellite internet customers,
Yeah.
and that's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I see that being different. I don't know. Justin, you probably ought to talk with our IT guy. Get the
Okay.
official word. So, interesting. All right. Well, Google Photos, make sure June 1st.
Yes, June
Okay,
1st.
June 1st is your deadline. If you're going to want to still continue to use that, make sure you pony up a little bit of cash and get that extra storage. Otherwise, try to load as much stuff on there as quick as you can. You got a couple of weeks. And Justin, if you're an iPhone user, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so you got your second news update on Eufy.
Yes.
EUFY. I don't even know
Yes.
what that is. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
Eufy is they're
So-
kind of like Wise. They're like an IoT company.
Okay. I guess I could have looked that up, but I did not.
They're a little more expensive. They're right on mark with all the other competitors. We have the other reason I know about Eufy is we have a Eufy, one of those robot vacuums.
That's the first thing that popped up.
Yeah, we have one of those.
And I'm guessing this story is about their privacy breach yesterday?
Yes.
Or recently?
Ooh.
Yes,
Where
Sunday.
people were able to look at people's like home cameras,
Yes.
see their inside their house.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about.
All right.
See, Justin's on the ball this morning, so Justin, that cup of coffee must
Yeah.
have really helped you.
Yeah. Googling like 5 things at once.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of knowledge. What else you want to know about?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not even going to worry about what you want to know about. I'm going to tell you what I know about. This is what I know about. Here we go.
Yeah, so Eufy had some kind of server glitch on Sunday night that allowed a number of Eufy home security camera owners to be able to not only look at theirs, but to look at any other Eufy customers' security cameras.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And this was a security glitch on Eufy's end, first reported as the 9to5 Mac. The issue came to light in an extended Reddit thread in which users from around the world detailed their experiences. So, one Eufy owner noted, basically I could see every camera, every front door, and back door bells, master bedroom, living room, garage, kitchen, their motion recordings, everything.
And Eufy came out and said this affected 0.001% of their users.
Really? Even
Wow.
that's just... So that's always begs the question, why would you have a camera in your bedroom?
That, you said that, and I was kind of like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
But
I
then
mean,
again,
I guess you'd want it pointed at like valuable things in theory if someone
maybe.
broke in.
Yeah, or pets, if you wanted to watch your pets.
But
Right.
still, that's just, I mean...
Yeah, weird.
I
Why
know
would you take that
I-
risk?
I know that's a loaded question, and then we could go down so many paths on that, but we're trying to act like we're semi-professional here. But just the whole thought of a camera in the bedroom, to me personally,
Yeah.
I can't justify that.
No, that's crazy.
Well, this guy, they interviewed one guy, and he said he was seeing someone's camera from Florida. They have cameras inside their house, and that is just creepy. He was from Australia, and he thought that was pretty strange that Americans would have a camera inside their house.
Hey, Americans have cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Jeez.
So the problem lasted only about an hour, and for some reason which I'm glad, did not affect their baby monitor camera products.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
But from my standpoint, some indoor cameras are justifiable. I mean, I have one in my home, but it's pointing at my door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
I could see that. Or like I said, if you have pets, I could kind of understand wanting to keep an eye on your dog
well, my thoughts were, I
or cat.
have one set of cameras outside, and then I have a different brand of cameras on the inside.
Yeah.
So then if they start monkeying with, if somebody has ill intentions around my home, there's multiple setups that they're going to have to figure out before they can completely get in and get out without
I was
getting
going to say,
caught.
before they can spy on Joe.
Yeah. And my thoughts are, if somebody wants to hack in and look at my back kitchen door, two things. One, good luck. I'm on Frontier.
Yeah, yeah. You can barely look at it yourself.
Exactly. And two, if
Somebody from Frontier's probably listening like, man, why? Why do they just continually beat us up?
really?
Yeah,
Sign
wow.
yourself up for your own service for about a month and we'll talk.
Yeah.
And two,
Hold on, too. Yeah, you're on
if you
two.
think my back door is that interesting, by all means, let me know. Send me some money, and I'll dance in front of the camera.
Yeah. What is that? OnlyFans, fans only, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Joe's starting one. You're in.
The
Yeah.
Joe Show evening edition.
Yeah, I guarantee you the
It's
only
like the Truman Show.
the only fans I would get would be the ones. Please, if we send money, will you stop?
Yeah. Joe, put your shirt back on. Okay.
Yeah, the only fans I have are the only fans that want me to stop.
You know what's crazy? 12, 13, 14, 15. They got 16 RoboVacs.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm
this up.
seeing a whole lot of robo vacuums.
I mean, how could you possibly have 16 different models of a RoboVac? How can you get them to do 16 different things?
I don't know. Now, I do know a while back that the one model of robot vacuum of theirs was rated by Consumer Reports as the top rated non-smart RoboVac. Like it beat out Roomba.
Huh. Well, I mean, they got 16 different models. Holy smokes.
So they're claiming this is a software bug, so I assume they've already fixed it?
Yes.
Or they're working on it?
Yes. Yeah.
They already fixed it?
They smashed that bug within about an hour.
Yep, that's smart.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not a headline you want for your line of security cameras.
Yeah, that's not,
Yeah.
not great publicity.
In some ways, though, it's kind of nobody likes it, but maybe no.
It seems pretty
big
commonplace
harm
now.
coming from it. I mean, if someone was able to look at your dog for an hour or whatever, but yeah, you never know. Nobody wants that, but
Yeah, it's just creepy.
the chances that someone would actually use it for
Yeah, ill intentions.
yeah, it's kind of just
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it sounds
Awkward.
like people were just awkward, or some people were getting a good chuckle out of it, but still, at the end of the day, it's creepy regardless how you cut it.
Yeah. So, do you like your vacuum cleaner?
Yes. Now, I had the Eufy at the office, and then I just got Cena for Mother's Day. I had some rewards points banked up.
Yeah.
I got her the Roomba, which I'll review in a couple of weeks.
Okay. How long have you had this one Eufy in your office?
Oh, we've had it about a year now.
Okay.
And I tell you, I absolutely loved it until I got the Roomba.
Yeah.
And because the Roomba is a smart one that links up with your phone,
Yeah.
they both have their pros and cons. But man, that Roomba, it's a game changer. But the Eufy, I have their website pulled up here. I have the 11S. That's the one I have. It comes with a remote, so you don't have to. It doesn't connect to the internet, and you don't use your phone for it. But it has an actual physical remote control, and it does surprisingly well.
Huh. Nice. Okay. Well, Wise, if you're listening,
They have one.
I know. Send it to me. I'll try it out and I'll review it, and we can get a step up on the Eufy and Roomba deal here.
Oh, now they won't send me one because they know I spend enough money with them. So why don't we see if they'll send us two? Send you one, send Justin one, then you guys can compare notes.
I like it. I'll take it.
Because they
Either
know
way.
they'll just have to wait me out for me to buy one.
I'm going to say that, yeah, they got to look at my account and say, he's put several things in the cart, but he never actually buys it.
Yeah. Now Joe, on the other hand, we've already got him. We're milking him as much as we can, so we're not going to send him anything.
Yeah.
But
Here's a newbie question: how do those Roombas get like in the corners of a room, or do they?
They got the brushes extend out past their body.
It has a spinner brush
Okay.
that it kind of kicks it out towards the middle, and then it has a main roller in the middle.
I figured they'd have some sort of solution to that.
Oh, yeah. It cleans, pal. It cleans.
Yes. Now, I mean, it doesn't do as well as like an actual regular stand-up vacuum, but you don't have to run the stand-up vacuum as much because it does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I have the hardwood floors, and I have one. I just got like an off-brand whatever. I
Yeah.
got what somebody in the family gave to me, but it works pretty well. I enjoy it. You set it, and it goes, and like you said, it gets the main stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you need, Dave, is one of the Moomba, the mop version.
This one came with a little thing on it, but I don't know. I don't.
No, it's
care that
it's a
much.
separate device. So then you can have it sweep and mop automatically all on
Yeah.
its own.
Yeah, I got a Swiffer. I don't mind. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, it would take even less if you just went bing.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, this is like the Jetsons, man.
Yes, and that's
We're
what
almost there.
yeah, that's what I think every time I kick one of them on. It's like, we're living in the Jetsons time.
Yeah.
Give me a flying car and we're good to go.
All right, so your third update is the Google Phone app.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you, Dave, are you still using the Google Phone app?
Yeah, because I don't know how to change it.
Okay.
It's screening all the robocalls out
Yes,
for
it
you?
does, and it tells me spam risk, and then sometimes I assume I don't even get them because I'll be hanging out with people and they're like, "Oh man, this is a number from wherever," and they'll be like, "Yep, that's spam." I'm like, I don't even get them.
Yeah.
And the one that I did get, I probably got one in the last 3 weeks, and it said spam risk.
So it was one that hadn't been caught yet. So I mean,
I guess
it's not 100% foolproof, but you've noticed
Yeah.
personally your spam calls have
Oh,
decreased
they're
tremendously.
next to nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get still been, doing this thing. It filters them, but I've been trying to catch them.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna see if I can get blacklisted on their call
Oh,
list
boy.
completely. And
Joe, you spend too much money on tech stuff, so yeah, you're not gonna get blacklisted.
oh no, trust me. When you know him enough, they will. I haven't gotten a Microsoft scam call in about 4 years.
Huh.
So what I did last time was the car's extended warranty. I told them I needed a warranty on my 2017 Ford Ranger.
Uh-huh.
Ford didn't make a 2017 model.
Yeah. I was gonna say before they came out with this new one.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a long
2012.
time,
It's
yeah.
been several years. So they went through the whole process, and they sent me to the next person who was trying to get me a price quote. And I said, "Well, I have a question." They said, "Sure." I said, "How are you giving me a price quote on a vehicle that does not exist?"
Uh-huh.
"What do you mean?" I said, "Ford didn't make a Ranger in 2017." And I just started laughing in his face. And he goes, it's just dead silent on his end.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just rolling at this point. And he goes, "Well, I think it's funny that you think it's funny." I said, "No, you don't. You are mad right now, and you're not saying anything."
Yeah. Score, Joe won.
That's right.
Extended warranty car guy, zip, nada.
Of course, now that was a couple months ago. I started doing with the. I had a 2016 Ford Silverado, and that would just blow their mind.
Yeah.
They go, "Sir, a Ford F-150." I said, "No, it's a Ford Silverado."
Yeah.
They said, "Sir, it doesn't exist." I said, "Yes, it does. I'm looking out my door right now. It's
Oh,
in my
boy.
driveway, and it's blue."
Yeah. Let me just tell you. Oh,
I've
boy.
been driving it for years.
Poor Joe.
So-
More importantly, poor telemarketers.
Hey, they signed themselves up for this gig, so. Okay. So, Google Phone app,
Yeah.
they now have a new feature which will now announce who's calling when your phone rings.
So you don't even have to look at it?
Yes, so it's a voice caller ID. So instead of looking at your phone, it'll go ahead and announce who's calling.
Huh. Interesting.
So
Which in some cases may just be your phone saying spam risk.
yeah,
To you.
yeah, or whoever if they're in your contact list. So they're starting to slowly roll it out, and then you can set it to whether you want it to announce caller ID every time the phone rings, only when you're wearing a headset, or to never announce.
Interesting.
Dave, you like you handle it and don't even tell me about it, right?
Yeah, you bet you.
Yeah. I don't
That-
even want to deal with it.
It
read
makes it
for me.
nice because I was getting beat up with spam calls. Like they have local numbers, 927 numbers, our local number 304-927, and I was getting a lot of those. And I was like, man, this just stinks. And then Joe talked me into trying out the phone app, and now I'm like, heck yeah, I won't go back. Well, I can't go back because I can't figure out. So I was just looking to see the settings. I can't figure out where it's at to go to the settings, so it's gonna stay.
So let me ask you this, Dave.
Uh-huh.
I know this isn't like groundbreaking territory, but are you going to use this new call or announce?
No, I don't have my volume on ever.
Okay.
My phone's always vibrate.
Okay.
Where we go in and out of the daycares and schools and stuff.
Oh, that's a
just-
good point.
And if it's super important, they'll message me or leave a voicemail, and I can check it later.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence on it.
Mhm.
I do find it a pretty neat feature that they've added, but
Uh-huh.
if it automatically turns itself on, I may not turn it off, but I don't know if I'm going to search out to turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a neat feature if you're doing something, you got your phone sitting away from you,
Yes.
so you don't have to jump up and try to grab it.
Right.
So I deem any phone call not that important anyway, but it would be nice
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
like that's like our office phone. Our office phone has that announce caller ID, and I love it
Yeah,
because it's at the other end of the office, and
yeah.
so I
Does
don't.
it still make the ringing noise, or does
Yeah.
it just not just the voice?
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll ring and make the voice.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've not tried it outside. That's a good question, Justin. I may have to actually turn this on and try it out.
That'd be cool if, maybe the ring was annoying. Just have it talk to you and that's it.
Yeah. I will investigate and I will report back.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, good call. I wonder if you can change it like the
voice?
Yeah. Like on
that's a good
the
idea.
what's the Waze app?
Yes.
I had Cookie Monster for a while, and I think you were talking you had Batman.
Yeah, I had Batman.
So I wonder if you can assign different voices.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, you get like a Google Maps, a British accent, Australian accent, whatever.
I was thinking about messing with my buddy Greg, but he has an iPhone, but I mess with his phone way too much the way it is.
Yeah. Everybody likes it.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about messing with his text messaging?
No.
So in iPhone, and I'm sure it's in Android, there's a text shortcut where you can go in there, and like by default there's one called OMW. And if you type OMW while you're texting, it'll automatically flip it to On My Way. So one time I got a hold of his phone, and I set it up to where if he typed LOL, it would change it to I need new underwear.
Uh-huh.
So I changed it.
Nice.
He went back to Florida. He was gone for 6 months. And just calls me out of the blue one day. What'd you do to my phone? I said, what are you talking about? He said, you messed with my phone and you need to fix it now. I said, Greg, you're in Florida. I'm in West Virginia. We have not had in-person communication for at least 6 months. Tell me how I mess with your phone. And he just stops and goes, I need new underwear. I said, you mean tell me that's still going on? He said, what do you mean? I said, Greg, I set that on like the day before you left for Florida. He said, you mean to tell me every person I've been texting for 6 months, LOL, it's been switched to I need new underwear? I said, you're welcome.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Nice.
Yes. See, it's little things like that. You don't have to be malicious and hateful just to mess with people.
Yep. Yeah. Hey. The little stuff that keeps you up giggling at night.
Exactly. So speaking of little things that keep you up giggling at night, are you guys, do we want to go ahead and move on to our review?
Sure. Product review time. I like it.
I'm going to throw in one little news update first.
Ooh, okay.
Last week we talked about this hack of the fuel pipeline.
Yes.
Which kind of caused a bit of a rush on gas. Lines around the block at gas stations, all that stuff. A ransomware attack.
Yeah, it caused a rush in Spencer, and Spencer had no connection to that.
Supposedly that the company, Colonial Pipeline, paid out $5 million in ransom money.
Yeah,
no way.
I seen that. Yeah, and that's one of those
All
discussions.
right. I'm going to claim that's a hoax too.
Well, I was going to say, let's have this discussion off air because
they wrote a check to somebody. So who did they write that check to? We can't disclose it because,
Yeah, this story claims that the hackers were threatening to release, the data that they stole, and they said, no, we'll pay you $5 million. So whatever they had.
I see how. So in my conspiracy theory mind, and this is what I'm going to say.
Yep.
They claim this hoax.
Yep.
Then they write a check to an undisclosed. Because I mean, how crazy is that? You get $5 million, and the FBI or somebody can't track it.
Well, the way they transport it, it's almost impossible to transport because they want it either in like Bitcoin or like a prepaid credit card kind of deal. So I think it was like Bitcoin because it's secure and all that encrypted where it's almost impossible to trace.
Surely nowadays though, somebody can track it.
I don't know. That Bitcoin's pretty tricky stuff.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. I've got a whole lengthy discussion on that the three of us can have off air.
Yeah. Did you get robbed of Bitcoin, Joe?
No, I have to invest in Bitcoin to get robbed from it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's all fishy.
Well, I did see like two of the big ones. The prices, the bottom fell out of them after Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live the other night, and then Tesla is no longer accepting Bitcoin as payment for their cars, so like, the bottoms fell out of them.
Yeah, it gets tricky. Huh. Anyway.
Never mind. Not important. But I feel like there's just a lot of animosity towards Elon Musk that there didn't used to be. That he's becoming more and more of a figure that people get fired up about, and they don't like him. But
he's a little bit of an eccentric guy.
Yeah, and he could possibly borderline like evil genius. Like he has the
Yeah.
brain power, like that he can do really really good or really bad really quick. Like with the satellite his satellite internet project, I have read articles upon articles online that it is nothing but great things. So I mean, it's like
Somebody saw those the other night. And they're like, man, you wouldn't believe it. I was like, I know, I've seen them. I haven't seen them for a long time, though. Probably 9 months.
really.
Yeah.
All right, out of the rabbit hole. Back
Anyway,
to
yeah,
product
thank
review.
Justin was supposed to keep us on
Product
task,
review.
took us off task. So product review, Joe. This is a different one. So yeah, fill us in. Exciting.
So, typically we always go with a physical product or
Uh-huh.
a service, and this week I was going to change things up a little bit. Typically we don't do apps. The only app we've actually done was DDP Yoga
Yep.
or DDPY,
Which I haven't done. You were supposed to walk 3 more miles.
and you're supposed to do yoga.
I know.
There
Neither
we
one
go.
of us did that.
There we go.
Jeez. All right, by next week we got to solve this.
Yeah.
I did log into DDP Yoga.
Well, that's more than what I did.
Yeah.
I thought about walking. Does that count?
Well, I thought about doing yoga.
Well, there we go.
I got distracted. Squirrel.
So yeah.
So I think I was all beginner's luck on Among Us. I won the first game I ever played and haven't won since. That's how mine's gone so far.
So-
you won just in like he's either as a crewmate or as a
Imposter.
imposter.
I think I won as an imposter,
Oh, okay, nice.
and then just I keep getting killed ever since.
So for those of you out there that have literally have no idea what we're talking about,
Yeah,
we're talking about a game called Among Us.
yeah.
And it's literally available everywhere. It is available on iOS, Android, game consoles, PC. Now on iOS and Android it's free, but on gaming consoles I think it's like $5.99 or $6.99. I mean it's under $10. And in my opinion, well, at least on the mobile version, it's well worth the free price. So if you are a fan of the game of Clue, this is kind of a how would you guys
Well, I
Describe
kind of so we used to when we get together at Christmas, we usually play this with playing cards,
Mhm.
and we call it Mafia.
Okay.
It's similar, but
Okay.
same concept.
Yeah, the main thing being that one of the players knows that they are, a bad guy sort of the game, and they're trying to keep that secret from everyone else, and everyone else is trying to figure out who that is.
Right. Yeah, so with Among Us, you come in as a team of 10 players, or as few as 4, or as many as 10. And once the game starts, you're going to be one of two people. Either you're going to be a crewmate or you're going to be an imposter. As a crewmate, you have a list of tasks to complete, and if everyone in the crew completes their tasks, you have to, once everybody completes those, you win. But throughout all that, you have 1, 2, or 3 imposters playing at the same time, and it's all depending on how you want to play. And their goal is to basically wreak havoc while you're trying to make progress. So they can shut off communications, they can shut off the lights, and then they can actually kill your player
Yeah.
while you're playing.
And one thing I didn't realize until you said it, Joe, was that you have to complete the task in order to win as a crewmate. Everybody has to complete the tasks.
Right. Or if everybody can find all the imposters before
Yeah, or
everybody
you
gets
or you
killed.
root out the imposters. That's the
Yeah.
2 ways it works.
Yes.
And this is all on a spaceship flying around, so the tasks are like, fix the electrical system on
Yeah.
in the engine room.
Or do
spaceship.
navigation or defense, shoot asteroids.
Now,
So
have you guys seen a game in which all the tasks were successfully completed? All my games end pretty quick. It's
yeah, I have
usually-
not.
Yeah, I've had a few.
Yeah.
But so the way it's set up, you can there's 2 ways of playing. You can actually, and this is one feature that I really like. You can actually set it up to where you can play games where you actually physically chat with people, or
Really?
or you can play one where you only have predetermined text, like so you can accuse someone, so and so, a
Yeah.
suspect, or I seen so and so do this or that. And the reason I like that is some of these games that you can actually physically type and chat, the language on there gets a little. I
Yeah.
mean, they have censors on there. They have that.
Yeah.
But if you have younger people,
Yeah.
kids wanting to play, you can set them all up with that predetermined text, where they're only limited to what's inside that game. So
yeah,
you don't have to worry
that makes
about,
it a little safer. Yeah.
yeah. And you don't have to worry about some creeper chatting with them or anything like that because there's no private messaging or anything like that.
Let's talk strategy a little bit. Maybe you guys can help me out because I kind of stink at the game. It seems like.
Well,
Do you guys try to like stay around other players instead of like getting off by yourself somewhere? It seems like usually I end up in some room by myself and then I get killed.
Well, I've done it both ways.
Mhm.
If I'm actually playing, I'll typically go off by myself. But like yesterday, I was bored. So I had
Yeah.
a couple minutes to kill, so I got in a room, started playing, and I followed this one person around the whole time just to mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then anytime they called in a meeting because they found a dead player or whatever, I started accusing that person.
Yeah.
whoever called the meeting.
Yeah, whoever I was following.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was following that person, and I knew that it wasn't
Yeah.
them because they had plenty of opportunity to
Yeah.
off me.
Right.
So I said, "It's them,"
Oh,
and they're
boy.
going, "No, it's not. I've been with you the whole time." I was
Yeah.
like, "No, you're sus. You're suspect.
Oh,
You're suspicious.
geez.
I don't trust you." And I literally just kept going on and on
So-
and on and on.
Justin, you know how sometimes you feel like you're in a game with like an 8-year-old?
Uh-huh.
It's Joe.
Right here.
Okay.
Because I've had a couple games where they just keep calling emergency meetings. I'm like, oh, I just got to leave.
That was one thing I was a little annoyed by at times was an emergency meeting being called, which is everybody gets together and votes and talks about
Yeah.
things.
Now, I did do that yesterday. I hit one emergency meeting, and they said, "What?" I said, "I missed you guys."
Oh, gosh.
And my
Oh,
my
man.
main goal was to get kicked out of that room. Guys, I was on there for way longer than I thought I would be, because I thought I'm determined to get kicked out of this room. Half hour later, I'm still not kicked out of there. Still blaming this one person for everything, to the point this person is livid, and then there's other people in the room where they're literally laughing at every time I calls it because they're going, don't do it, and I go, boom, this person is suspect, and
Yeah.
and the one guy goes, this guy is hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh, now I have to stick this game out because I want to see how long because I am waiting. My goal is to get kicked out of that room, and after a half hour, I was like, they're literally never going to kick me out of here. My goal was to get kicked out, and I'm not going to get kicked out. So
You've never played Mafia, the like real life version, have you?
no,
So,
I've never heard of it.
Dave, you don't actually like walk around through the house? It's a
No,
sit
you
there
just
with cards?
you just
Okay.
discuss. So there's no like tasks or anything like that. So Mafia with cards is essentially you pass out cards and then there's an ace, and then whoever the ace is, they're the inspector, and then whoever's Mafia. Like usually you try to get like 10 people, and you have 2 or 3 Mafia, and the Mafias get face cards, like usually kings.
Mhm.
And then everybody else is just a general citizen. So the citizens have to work together through discussion to sort out who Mafia is. The Mafia work together because everybody puts their head down. And you say, okay, Mafia, raise your head. Mafia looks up, and then they kill off somebody. And
Gotcha.
and then then you put your heads back down. Then the inspector, whoever gets the ace, raises their head, and they can ask and get the truth about one person. So you have a moderator. Somebody moderates, and you just keep going through these rounds where each round the Mafia kills somebody, each round the inspector can ask about somebody, and then each round you also have someone that gets voted off. So
And when you get killed in one round, are you able to play the next round, or?
no, you're dead. Once you're
Really?
dead, you're dead. You can't discuss or do anything.
Huh.
So it is like Among Us, that,
Yeah, in that aspect, except
You-
you're
you
done. There's no tasks or anything.
but you can still sit and watch.
Yeah, you can sit and watch just to kind of learn about people.
So with Among Us, there are 3 different player setups you can play locally, which means you can set up a room where you can play with everyone in the same house or area. Online play, which gives you the ability to play with literally anybody online, or free play, and that you just you get to pick your map and then you get to roam around and see the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Now last week we all got together and played a round or 2.
Yeah.
And that was actually, Justin, that was your first time playing, and it was a little different. I actually enjoyed it more because I got to know, and I know I was playing with two people that I knew out of the 10, although Dave was throwing me under the bus immediately.
Yeah.
And come to find out Justin was the imposter, so that was a little different, but yeah, nothing like two guys I'm sitting playing in the same room with that one keeps throwing me under the bus, so.
You know.
Yeah, with the imposter, they're able to kill people and then also jump in a vent and basically fly around to the ship to different places. So that makes them harder to detect. Like, people have a harder time finding out who they are because they're able to have that special ability that other players don't.
And that is a neat concept.
Which is similar to Clue when we talked about Clue before, and that the hidden passageways through the different parts of the house is kind of
Yeah, you have
part
the
of the
little
Clue thing.
the hidden tunnels and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, so I guess it would be a combination of Clue and Mafia, because I'd never heard of Mafia, so the closest thing I could associate it with was Clue. So I think it sounds like it's a
Yeah, it's
combination
more
of
like
both.
Clue, but
Well, but kind of both.
yeah, a little bit.
So, does the game track your win-loss record, I assume?
I don't think it does.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Because now, the way some people play, you'd think it would, but as far as I know, it doesn't. Let me look here.
And is this one of those...
Okay, yeah, it does have a stats screen that
Mhm.
shows you how many games you started and all that, but I don't.
Is this one of those where they make money from people saying, oh, for $1 you can have this special hat or anything like that? Can people pay for upgrades in the game?
I don't know. Now I do know, like I said, on like the consoles, you have to actually buy the game. Like on the Nintendo Switch, it's like $5 or $6.99. So they make money that way.
This has been out for a few years now. It's 2018 is when it came out.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. Cena's sister was down for a visit, and we was talking, and she said, "Do you ever play Among Us?" I said, "No." I said, "What is it?" And she was telling me about it, and my nephew Garrett, he said, "Oh yeah, it's a best thing ever," and he was playing. He got mad. He said, "They kicked me out of the room." I said, "What did you do?" And he said, "Nothing." And which is true. That I've joined some rooms and gotten kicked out
Yeah.
just for joining. So I mean, that's just people being people.
We don't like the look of this guy. Get him out of here.
Yeah, yeah. My reputation has preceded me apparently. Yeah, is Joe here to play, or is Joe here just to wreak havoc and mess with people?
Well, I must say, for me, it's got me intrigued a little bit. I'm not very good yet, so maybe I just need to keep playing, and I'll figure out more and more stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Jumping
it's
right into it, I was a little confused, but you guys helped me through some of the stuff.
it's a little
explain
tricky
that.
on that end, and I think it's not as bad if you can kind of stay away from the young kids that just and Joe. If you try to play it, so there is a version that's hide and seek. Have you played that? Have you two ran across that yet?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay, so hide and seek's basically you just hide and the imposter goes around, and if they find you, they just kill you. So you don't really play the traditional game, and you just try to stay away from everybody else and figure out what you need to do.
Yeah, I've never understood hide and seek, because my thoughts were, well, how do you determine a winner? Because if you're just waiting for the imposter to find you, you're always going to lose.
Yeah, I mean it's just really. I don't know. I mean, it just gives you a different version, I guess.
Right. But, I mean, I know I'm not a hardcore gamer like I used to, but although when I call myself a hardcore gamer, it's not, my gameplay was never anything like these people nowadays that literally play all day, every day.
Yeah. Hooked up to an IV or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long stint for me was like 3 hours, so...
Mm-hmm.
But so now I guess I can call myself a casual gamer.
Yeah.
And I know you guys aren't hardcore gamers. So did you find, even if it's a game, did you find yourself actually enjoying the play?
I think I liked it a little more than I would like just a side scroller where you're shooting stuff or blowing stuff
Yeah,
up.
kind of mindless,
Yeah.
mind-numbing,
Yeah.
busy work.
A little bit of strategy involved. And
Yeah. I agree with you. There's strategy. It's a neat little concept. The games don't take that long. And if it's not terrible,
Yeah, the quick gameplay too, not an hour investment or anything,
Right.
which I liked. Yeah.
And what I like about it is where you could set it up, like you could literally set a private room. So if you had several family members or friends you wanted to get together, and you're not,
Yeah, I do like
That'd be
that.
fun. Yeah.
you could get like 10 people together, and you don't have to be in the same house. Everybody could be at their own home
Yep.
and still play online. And
That is a
have
neat
their own
little deal. Now, I don't know. I mean, you can have discussions, so you could kind of have discussions outside the game if you had like family members together.
right.
Like I know some games like Clash of Clans, you can go in and have a discussion at any point.
Right.
You just check the game at your leisure. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw Clash of Clans and played it a little bit, I was like, holy cow, I can talk to somebody in Australia in real time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I even found it interesting with just three of us playing together. Justin was the imposter, but yet he had to sit there and be stone faced as he's going around,
yeah.
knocking everybody out of the game.
Yeah.
And Dave and I are sitting there playing and trying to complete our task, and the whole time Dave's throwing me under the bus, and Justin's literally just sitting there stone faced,
Yep.
but laughing inside because he knows that he's the one
Yeah,
causing
doing
the
it.
chaos.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, you guys got your ratings here?
Yeah, so pros and cons.
Yeah.
Okay. Pros, definitely we mentioned the short gameplay. It's something, if you got 10 minutes, you can easily get a game in.
Yeah. Pretty simple layout.
I like the graphics.
Yeah,
Nothing
graphics are, yeah. I like you can do customization. Like you can wear a hat or get a pet
Yeah.
or whatever,
Customize your character's look. I do
Yeah.
like that.
I'm falling right in with you guys, and I like if you have younger family members or friends or or kids that want to play, you can set it up to where they can join in the fun, and you don't have to worry about them so much of falling into a trap of talking to who knows who online. That there is a switch you can flip that say no, only you can use the pre-typed text, and that's it. You can't actually be talking to these people, and from a security side, there's no private messaging or
Yeah.
any way to communicate with these people.
Yeah. So it's safe. And, unless somebody's like doing something benevolent in the actual room. But,
Well, even that, I mean, there's.
I haven't seen any of that.
Well, I mean,
I haven't played very much, though.
Well, as far as I know, unless you're going in chatting with somebody on that, even that time is limited because you can't just chat while you're playing. You had
Yeah, it has to be during a meeting and.
Yeah, or on the waiting room.
Yep. It's free too. That's a pro.
Yeah, it's free. The games are fairly quick, so it's not bad. If you run across the Joe, then that's a little aggravating sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to that person that I was messing with yesterday, I'm sorry, but it was very entertaining. And that's the thing. When I do that, I don't get nasty with them. I don't make fun of them. All I do is I just keep throwing accusations at them that everybody knows holds no water. Although the one time they was the imposter. So when we got back to the waiting room, I go, I told you guys it was them, but nobody listens to me.
Yeah.
So,
Have you ever hosted a game, Joe, where you had the power to kick people out?
Yeah. Everybody has the power to kick a player out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what shocked me. There was 10 people in the room and not a single person. Everybody was hollering. Everybody kept yelling, well, he needs kicked out. I was like, well, that's what I'm waiting for, but nobody kicks me out. And then one person got mad and they said, somebody kill his character and we won't report it.
Yeah.
And then they all tried to team up and said, go after him first, find him, and take him out. So little annoying things like that I find amusing.
And it is neat, though. I mean, it is childish, but kind of neat that you can, just go kill people randomly and really throw a wrench in the game.
Yes. Just cause chaos, and it's very hard for people. I mean, unless you do it right in front of somebody else, it's really hard to track down who. And it's really neat on how people figure out who it is and who it's not.
Yeah, if you have some good skills on that, you can really
Because sometimes, and it's funny, some people you could tell that they're new because when you report a dead player, first thing they'll do is they'll just start talking just nonstop, and say, "Yep, you're the imposter," and then pretty good chance they are. So it's it's a very hard road to travel because you don't want to over talk, but you don't want to sit in the corner and not say anything.
Right. Yeah, it's neat how different things can make you suspicious.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like, I mean, it's neat to do the task, but it's kind of neat also just to follow somebody and kind of see, what they're doing.
Right.
Because that's one way you can figure out the imposter if they don't actually do any tasks and they just kind of look like a lot of times they'll be kind of silly about their tactics and they'll go stand close to an event and they're in a room that has an event.
Right.
And you're just like, all right, yep.
Or they're like me and they want you to think they're the imposter and they have absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
As far as cons, I'm not necessarily knocking the game. It's more just my experience of it so far. Sometimes, I mean, for me, the game only lasts 20 seconds because I get just killed. And so it seems like...
well, if you're doing that, so then...
haven't been able to get deep into the game very much. That a lot of times it ends quite quickly for me.
Right. Now...
Start hiding from people.
Yeah.
For me,
run away.
The cons, although it has gotten a lot better in the last few weeks, it was kind of glitchy for a while there. They released an update where, like, anytime you'd go into a meeting and come back out, the joystick wouldn't work. So you had to go flip a couple settings. And then, like yesterday, the chat box was a little goofy. So, I mean, it's not fully polished. There are some bugs here and there. But I've been playing probably a couple months. And I have seen vast improvements in the last couple of months. So hats off to the creators of Among Us for squashing those bugs fairly quickly. The developer Inner Sloth, shout out to you guys for all the great work you're doing to make this game possible. But that's the only con I have. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. The bugs weren't so terrible. It's like, oh, this is terrible. I'm never playing again. It was minor annoyances at best. So. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty solid game.
Yeah, I mean, for what it is.
Any cons for you, Dave?
It's fairly simple. I think it would get boring after a while.
Yeah, if you played nonstop, that's why I only play like a game or two a day at most.
Mm-hmm.
And there may be a couple of days where I won't play at all, just to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think if it's one of those, if I play for too long, I could get burned out and never play again. I don't feel it's one of those that you have to play all day every day. It's one of those. I've got a couple minutes to kill. Let's play a quick game and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good reviews out there. Nintendo Life gave it an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Metacritic 85 out of 100.
The sounds are pretty neat. If you guys play it with the volume, I turned the volume on just to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got the little ping of space,
Yeah, the music's pretty good too.
Yeah, so not bad. All right. Any cons that are like major ones that you guys just now thought of by chance?
I can't think of any. Justin, you have any major cons?
Nope. Say my big one is just if you run across somebody like Joe that's just messing the game up and you're trying to actually play with strategy.
Yeah.
But you also have the capability of kicking me out, so.
Sure. Well, only if you're the host, though, right?
No, all players.
Anybody can kick him out? I did not know that.
Yeah.
So the one neat thing that I do like, and I know I kind of touched on this a little bit, is you can try, if you're like me, you can try different strategies just to see.
Yes.
And so, and Justin, you were asking any advice, so I was thinking about that for a second. Follow somebody around, stay away from everybody, or, try to knock the task. I think if you try to knock the task out quick, that's where you get caught, because it's easy for an imposter to vent and catch somebody knocking a task out because you can't see when you're doing a task.
Right. Yeah.
So somebody could sneak up on you and get you. So.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I should do differently, not just go straight to work doing tasks.
I don't do the tasks unless I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And then, so I think those are kind of like some strategies you can use. So it's interesting. And then they got the hide and seek version. You can find hide and seek. They normally label, as hide and seek games. And the one I really liked is every hide and seek they went over directions real quick.
Oh, nice.
So it told you, just side and seek. These are the rules. So pretty neat with that in. Okay. So ready to rate it?
Let's rate it.
Okay. What you guys got? What we're going to do? A 5-star rating?
Let's do a 5-star.
Yep.
Okay.
5 spaceships.
5 spaceships?
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay.
Justin getting fancy.
Yep.
So you're going 5 spaceships?
I'm gonna go 3.5.
3.5?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to go 3.
Okay, I'm going to go 4. So we're
Yeah.
all right in that.
Yeah, right in that ballpark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something which maybe it's a good thing, not something that's making you say, "Oh, I got to keep playing."
Yes.
But still entertaining. I've come back to it a number of times.
Yeah.
Had a
Yeah,
good
that.
time with it.
Yeah, I got to agree
Yeah.
wholeheartedly on that one. It's not one of those where you get that addiction. Let's
Yeah.
call it what it is.
Yeah, you just
addiction
don't
of-
sit there like Candy Crush it where you just sit there and mind.
Yeah. But it's good for a couple minutes of,
Mhm.
hey, let's see what's going on. Go in and play and leave, and then go. Then once you're finished going, I could go back later.
Yeah.
And do
Well,
that.
it gives you the human interaction without overload
Yes.
and without, all the crap that usually comes with dealing with humans.
Right.
So, not too bad. That was a good call, Joe.
Yep.
I mean, 3 for me is pretty good because I'm pretty critical of any games on my phone.
Right, and that's why I told you guys, I know none of us are hardcore gamers by any stretch of the mind, but
Yeah. And I can't handle the mind numbing like Candy Crush. I don't have
Yeah.
any interest in that.
I don't either. I if I find something like that, I'll play it, and as well as I'll play nonstop until I get burned out
Yeah.
on it to the point where I never go back to it. And I install
Yep.
it from my phone and never touch it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if anybody has any interest in Among Us and wants to call Joe to talk about it, how they get a hold of you, Joe?
You give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com or follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at AM Digital Tech for all that.
Yeah.
Or subscribe to the podcast, Help Desk with Joe and Dave or Dave and Joe. I can't remember right now.
Joe
Leave
and
us a
Dave.
5-star review. We're on all the major podcasting platforms, hosted by Anchor.fm.
Yeah. So, been listening here to Help Desk with Joe, and we covered a couple of topics here: Google Photos, Eufy, Google Phone app, and I did a quick review of a small little game Among Us. So, technology world is saved again by Joe this week, at least as far as we know.
Yeah, until told otherwise.
Yeah, until told otherwise. So, A&M Digital Technologies powering all our behind-the-scenes stuff here at Patch with all our computers and all our technology gizmos, except for apparently photo backup. But Joe's on the job.
Yeah.
But we'll go round it up with that. So thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to Patch Turned Up here in Spencer, West Virginia. And as always, Joe from A&M Digital Technologies, who has Cena behind the scenes doing all the heavy lifting. So for myself, Justin, and Joe, another week in the books. We'll be back next week for more technology news, updates, and product review or tip of the week or something along those lines. We don't know yet. It's going to be a
I like to
surprise.
keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, everyone, and everybody have a great week.
Back up your data.
Yeah, back up your photos.
Please.